Hey there, everyone. Thank you for joining me with Marco Antonio Strategizes. I am Marco Antonio, and today I am here to talk to you about make all websites leading back to you. So, as a first-hand restaurant owner and operator, I've been viciously advocating for myself because I don't like to wait for deadlines or appointments for a company to get to me when they are ready and when they see fit. I need results now. I needed results yesterday, and I can't put all of my faith into someone else and for maybe to something work. I am here to help all business owners and operators succeed for themselves and help with a little bit of guidance along the way. If you like what you hear, please click on the description below and join my free school channel. I will be doing more live Q&As and more in-depth presentations on how I grew my business from non-existence to $1 million a year in sales in about 3 years. So, for all of us business owners, restaurant owners, business operators, one of the biggest key things that we're going to do in our business is the representation of our Google My Business page is a huge deal, and our website. One of the biggest key things is interconnecting, backlinking, interweaving everything like a full on ecosystem that everything links back to each other, a full on ecosystem of everything just feeding, directing back and forth. So, one of the first biggest things and indicators I've previously gone over in some of my other videos is you need to be showed where you're listed. And as an example, if you need guidance on where you're listed or where to be listed, if you don't have these profiles, right here in the Google My Business dashboard, you will see that I have filled out all of the items for being seen. Google My Business will tell you. Like right now, if there's an additional profile, I don't have a Pinterest profile hooked up in there, but I'll get one. So, anyways, I have my I've already made a YouTube channel to link back, a Facebook, an Instagram, a LinkedIn, a TikTok, a Twitter. It's very important that on every platform, if there's the opportunity to link back to your other profile or other profiles and get them to direct traffic to each other, you start creating what are known as backlinks, and you're interlinking everything and getting it to refer back to each other because Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, Twitter are such massive platforms that are so well known and have so much traffic. When Google recognizes that these platforms have links referring back to your website in one way or another, it will give and lend credibility to the authenticity and to the ranking factor of your website. So, this is one element that's going to be very important for all of you business owners. But I'm not done yet. There's a few more tricks that I have up my sleeve that I'm going to show you. So let's get right into it. So another great example right here, how we're all linking back to each other. Every single platform that you're going to be featured on, not every single one, but a lot of platforms will give you the option of connecting your website. Again, this our listing for Facebook was already listed in our Google My Business profile. Don't assume, oh, Google My Business already knows about me. All of these other websites already know about me. You have to put in the work. You have to put in the effort. So I've gone out of my way and I've, you know, entered in my email address. I've even customized my YouTube handle. I have my TikTok listed there. I have my LinkedIn page listed there. I have my Instagram page listed there, and so on and so on. If you were to go to my LinkedIn page, you're also going to see these other various platforms, all at minimum pointing back to my website. If they offer the options to submit links referring back to your social media profiles, please leverage those options at all costs. There's no reason to leave a blank space in there at all about you. the way that you're represented online, everything that is listed out there, if you don't speak on your behalf and proactively advocate for your business, you cannot expect people to know. I don't want to hear, and I don't like sad stories that if you knew something like this and you didn't fill it out, this is a big thing that you can do for your business to start succeeding now. So you don't have to hire a marketing agency to do this for you. This is something as simple as going to your Facebook profile, grabbing your URL, and dumping it into these sections. So this is what you need to do for yourself. At all cost, it's free to have a Facebook and all these other social media platforms, except for LinkedIn. That one might cost you money on some avenues. There, I'm still navigating their stuff and getting to know it better. But in regards to the other platforms like X, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, those definitely are free. So you need to make sure that you're being listed and represented everywhere. At minimum, every single platform will at least allow you to reference back to your website. And so this is where we're going to deep dive a little bit further on how we're going to do a little bit more deep dive or recon on building up our platform. So let's say you're a starter business. I'm a small business in the eyes of a huge corporation like Chipotle. So, because they are such a large corporation, they've already done millions, if not billions, dollars worth of research into how they represent their product. And for optimization, I would expect they have their stuff put together very well, and it's good to admire and to an extent emulate success. So, we're going to give our flowers, like the younger crowd says nowadays. I'm going to give my flowers up to Chipotle. They're an OG in the game and they've been building themselves up for a long time. You did not achieve that level of success without making the necessary moves. So, as a smaller business who does not have those resources, monkey see, monkey do. I'm about to copy a little bit out of the playbook of Chipotle. So, wait 1 second. So, a little bit ago, we were talking about how we were going to start leveraging the people that we even look up to and people who are doing far more successful than us, how we can reverse engineer some of their success. And I'm going to show you right now. This website has a free tool that gives you some limited scope. And once you're ready to deep dive, start paying for the paid version as well. But at this moment, you don't require the paid version. There is enough here for you to do for free. So I'm going to take my own website. And so this is a Ahrefs. It's an online tool that it measures the performance of your website. So anybody out there who contracts out SEO services, search engine optimization services, any good SEO performer or person who's going to offer this service is going to have a tool of measurement for the performance they are getting their clients. In my experience, I worked with a ton of SEOs, and there is niches. There's going to be on-page SEO, off-page SEO, backlinks, Google My Business representation. I've seen SEOs who only focus on Google My Business listings. I've met SEOs who optimize social media presence only. So a real master of the game understands that all of these elements complement each other. And at the end result, what's going to get down to the nitty gritty is that all of these elements are all there to serve one purpose. In order to have and properly measure the performance of your company and its online representation, is you need to really have your own website. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. This is not a negotiation. If you think this is a negotiation, this is not the place for you. And having your domain featured being a sub of a subcategory of DoorDash. I've met restaurants and entrepreneurs that tells me I'm featured on this platform, DoorDash only. Or I don't have a website, I just have an Instagram page. If that got you to where you're at, good for you. But you're leaving money on the table and you're not fully leveraging and optimizing your true capability of what you have. You're only dealing with elements, you're not dealing with the whole ecosystem that is the elemental chart. So, if this is what you really want to get down to truly understand, this is something that all the big players are using, and you are at the right place. Just to give you a brief rundown, this hrefs.com website authority checker will tell you what your domain rating is for your website. It does a whole mess of things, but this is one of the first starting points to measure the success of your website. The domain rating scores go from 0 to 100. So we're going to go here and start checking a few things out. Here's my website, eurekasbestmexicanfood.net. And as you're going to see, we have 712 backlinks, and a backlink can be my website listed on Facebook, Instagram, Yelp, Twitter or X, LinkedIn, and because of the reputation that they have pointing back to my website, it gives credibility to my own website. Right now, my domain rating score is 21. It's not that bad, actually. But in comparison, I only serve a small geographic area of population 26,000, 25,000 people. Once you start getting to the bigger cities, bigger players, bigger competition, that's when you really want to start really taking note. But if you're going to be hiring anybody for online representation, this is where you need to start to keep them in check and keep them honest as well. If you hire any person who manages and handles online representation and they don't know how to measure their success and they say, hey, my clients said it's good, my clients say I'm doing well, then they're not worth their salt, and you need to toss it out like those bad groceries that are in the fridge, because they don't need to be sticking around. Your business is not a game to be played with. It is an investment. It is your livelihood. And if you're on this channel and you're watching this video, then you are a small enough business that you don't have a full-on crazy agency to do all the work for you. And you're a small business owner just like me, looking to keep people in check and looking for people to be honest and compliance with you. And it's good to understand, I'm not an accountant. I'm not an accountant, and I don't know how to do taxes, but I have to know enough to be able to hold a conversation with my CPA, so that way I can intelligently make decisions and not just do what I'm told. I need to advocate for myself as well. And if you're a small business owner or operator, earlier today I had a conversation with a new colleague of mine that I admire who has a PhD. And I made a joke and I said, "Hey, little did you know when you were studying for your degree and you got your PhD, little did you know that you also had to learn about marketing when you went into business for yourself." And we all go into it with this passion about wanting to be in business, wanting to do our business, but we are all to an extent involved in marketing. Any successful business owner has to know an extent some marketing. So back to this domain rating score. I have a domain rating score of 21, and if you'll see my top 100 backlinks, well, it didn't go to that page, so 1 second, let me go back over there. I'm being featured in websites that are absolutely free, and these are my top 100 backlinks. You'll start seeing with a 93 domain rating. How many people have heard of TripAdvisor? Get yourself listed if you qualify to be listed in TripAdvisor. Then you'll see myself. I'm in menu picks. If you're a small restaurant and you want to get proper citations leading back to your website, my website is also being featured on menu picks. And you'll start seeing these are domain rating scores. The higher the credibility, if you heard of TripAdvisor, If you've heard of all these bigger companies, they've all, because they generate so much traffic to their website, and Google sees that, and they start referring back to you with a link, and you're inserted and you have yourself properly represented in these platforms, they'll start referring back to you. Like, we're listed in the yellow pages. Somebody wrote an article for us as a blog post, not only in your state, and they have a domain rating of 80, 64. We're listed in the findmeglutenfree.com, and we listed ourselves in there for free as well because we offer gluten-free items. Restaurant TG, shout out Bipper Media, they've been good to us as well. What's Your Hours? Free online directory. This one has a very low domain rating score, but if you could start picking some stuff up here and there, it's all good to have this pointing back to your traffic. You don't want to do too many backlinks and go to some sketchy website and it's going to, list you in 15,000 backlinks leading back to your website for like a cheap price. Then you're going to start be seen as spam, and you risk the possibility of being ran as spam. Every product is unique, but Google may penalize you if you do start falling into those sketchier products. And we use a Toast point of sale system. Toast features us on their website. Toast tab. We use Industry Huddle. I don't know what Industry Huddle actually is. The best business directory. Mexican restaurant, Esmeralda April, Super Pages, and I can go on and on and on. This list is going to go to about 100 listings that it mentioned for free for us. So this is what we're featured in. But how do we reverse engineer for our own success what we're doing, what we're not doing? So let's start out with the big boys, Chipotle. Let's take a look at them. So in comparison to my shy little website of a 21 domain rating, I'm only featured in one city. I don't have multiple locations. So what we're looking at here, we will be looking at my 21 domain rating. But then we're going to go into the big boy on the block, Chipotle. Let's measure your success. An 82 domain rating, 273,000 backlinks leading back to Chipotle. Keep in mind, Chipotle is in so many cities across the US. I would expect nothing less from them. And that is outstanding. That is a contributing factor to their success. And in a second, we're about to click on right now and see all their top 100 backlinks. And this is really good strategy right here, because you want to do you want to emulate success. And we're going to copy and see what we can get from Chipotle and where they're being listed, and see if we can get some of those free listings for ourselves. So let's get into it. So Chipotle. They were featured in womensday.com, Life Entertainment, special birthday reward, join Chipotle rewards. So good for you, Chipotle. 118 birthday freebies and places for free stuff in 2024. So that's how they got listed there. The Penny Hoarder picked them up for their Chipotle rewards program. So it's good to be able to tell your other websites about things that you do and how you can be featured them and how it contributes to them. 35 vision and mission statement examples that will inspire your buyers. Chipotle values. Low carb foods that taste incredible. 92 domain rating. Healthline.com. These are all great things. They have a nutrition calculator. So yeah, like that's why Chipotle's bomb, and they're doing as good as they're doing. And so I'm not gonna knock them. How the heck Chipotle got listed in Credit Karma, I don't know. The day they start running a Chipotle credit card, then I'm gonna be in trouble. Keto diet. So just I may never be able to get into the orlandoairports.net unless I open up a Chipotle inside of an Orlando airport. But once upon a chef. But this is several places where Chipotle has been listed. Go get yourself a Bing listing, a Yahoo listing, obviously the GMB, Google My Business. Yelp is a huge platform. Make sure you're listed in there. Everywhere your business can be listed, you're starting to build out a web and everything interconnecting, and all roads are leading back to you for your success. The bigger the online presence, the bigger your wingspan, the higher you can and you will fly. I promise you, this is a recipe for success. It's what made me successful. It's what's grown me, and I stand by it. So, obviously, we're not huge like Chipotle. So, I'm going to narrow down more local search and see. Well, I can't get into, you know, what is it, desert.com, or I don't know about desert.com, but the penny hoarder auto just genuinely picked them up. But the Credit Karma is obviously not going to pick me up and start writing articles about my rewards, because I don't have anything in comparison to Chipotle or that presence for Credit Karma to even acknowledge my existence. But I can see what my competitors are doing. So let's go take a look. What I've done is I've taken one of the names of one of my local competitors. I've gone over to their website, and to level the playing field, I'm going to go check out what this restaurant that is one of my competing businesses in town. They have a zero 0.5 domain rating. And even though I still am doing better than them, I want to see what they are doing that I am not. What's cool about Ahrefs, and yes, I am using the Ahrefs tool. I am not being paid by Ahrefs to review their product. I am just a firm believer of this tool, and it's great leverage to utilize for your business uses. So I just wanted to make sure that's full disclosure. I'm not getting paid to do a review on this tool by Ahrefs or any way, shape, or form will make any commission on this. So back to the video. Top 100 backlinks from my competitor. And I want to see what my competitor is doing. So let's check it out. So this competitor of mine is listed in Yellow Pages. And the great thing about Ahrefs, I can take and insert my domain and insert my competitor's domains, and it'll separate and differentiate where I am being seen and where they're being seen. And it'll find like listings, and it'll show me the difference where they're being seen that I'm not. So that's why I really like this tool, and we'll further go into that later. But they're being featured in a bunch of generic stuff like domains on IP 166, whatever, super pages, North Coast Journal, block spam calls. I actually don't believe I'm listed in blockspamcalls.com with this phone number. I actually may pick that up because it's a decently sized domain rating. Anybody who has a domain rating higher than me is a game for me. Don't think that if somebody has a lower domain rating than you, it's going to bring your rating score down. It should, in theory, still help you. But I always love to add on domain ratings that are higher than my own. All these little references do add up. And not everybody has to be an 85 or higher. And Restaurant TG, just as I am. I've never heard of Restaurant Jump. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure I am for sure doing what my competitor's doing at minimum to always level the playing field. And I don't know why the heck food recipes for dinner healthy group.blogspot. Zero domain rating. Definitely not going to go there. It's a waste of my time. But as you can see, my playing field is pretty leveled. And so there's not much that my competitor is doing that I need to fear. But let's go check out one other competitor of mine. Let's see what you got going on. So here's another competitor of mine. They're located in a very high traffic street. So I've seen that they are located at wanderlog.com. 69 domain rating. I actually don't think I might be listed in that. So I'm going to go ahead and go look to do that. Mike Lindell, the My Pillow guy, ate at Tres Picosas. Good for them. Good for you, Mike Lindell, and good for you, the My Pillow guy. Lowdown. Dex knows. 78 domain rating. So this is just me reverse engineering the success or leveling the playing field with all of my competitors and seeing where are they listed to make sure I am listed. Nothing's going to get out from underneath me. Most of your competitors are not going to expect for you to reverse engineer their online presence or prominence. So this is how I like to level the playing field. This is how I like to get all roads pointing back to me. If you like this content and you can support my channel, I'd greatly appreciate if you like our video, subscribe to the channel, and if you click down the link below, you can join my free school group where I'll be doing more live Q&As. And pretty soon, once this channel gets a little bit larger, I'm going to start offering free audits on websites and giving people comprehensive plans and breakdowns on how I would operate and to leverage the playing field against my competitors. This little cute one that I found right here, findmeglutenfree.com. This is actually where I took this gem of a 64 domain rating, and because I see my competitor was doing it, I went to findmeglutenfree.com and listed myself as well. And let me see, Marie Callender's Restaurant Bakery. So I don't see anything else at the moment. If I have the paid version, and I actually do have the paid version of Ahrefs, they have 670 backlinks, but they only have a 4.4 rating. I have 720 and a 22 domain rating. So they're not doing something right. Whoever is handling their search engine optimization is not doing that great of a job, and it obviously ain't me, or else they wouldn't be having this problem. So Optimized Performance Strategy is my school group. Please join. And until next time, peace.